Hi, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. I'm not going to show you any slides today because my story is all about connection and I want us to see each other. So maybe also put on your cameras now if you haven't done so far. And I want to start off with a warning. This pitch is not about me, it's about you. Imagine you're in bed and you wake up by the buzzing sound of your alarm clock. You smash it with your hand, wishing with every fiber of your body it's not true. It's not Monday morning, it's not 7 a.m., and it's not the start of a new working week. You get up, you walk through the window to the window, and you gaze out of it. You're trying to put yourself together, and you walk down the stairs to fetch yourself some breakfast. With a cracker in your stomach and a cup of coffee still in your hands, you walk out of the door. You get into your car, and you drive off to what will be one of the numerous days, weeks, and years of your work life that you'll be living. And sometimes you wonder, when did your life become the grind it is today? And I want you to know that though this story sounds pretty dramatic, it's more of the reality than we seem to be aware of. 1 out of 6 employees suffer from burnout symptoms every year. And only a poor 13% of people consider themselves actually actively engaged at work. And 25% of employees suspect they have a so-called bullshit job. Their work does not have any added value. The slogan of a well-known Dutch travel agency sums it all up. Travel with us and discover your smile. Not everyone hates their job, but rarely anyone would consider their work as a place that makes them smile, a place they want to go to. And we feel there's no way to change it. Although work leaves us disconnected, demotivated, and burnt out, we need to work, we need an income, and we need to be enabled to live our lives. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because somehow we don't see it. We're aware of the rising number of burnouts, but we keep sending these people to doctors and therapists to fix their shortcomings. We're all aware of the important challenges that we humans have in front of us, but we keep revving up shareholders' value and promote the people that bring us business instead of significance. And we keep flying in consultants and happiness officers and job coach our way into persistent dissatisfaction. We keep talking about missions, core values, and corporate responsibility as if it's something we can fix by writing it on a fancy visual. And then ping pong tables, fitness facilities, and healthy lunches are thrown into the mix to calm our minds and to convince ourselves that we are truly happy in our work. But we're not, and there is no sense of this. We're emptying ourselves instead of filling the world. Now, that's quite something, huh? And we must be very far away from real work happiness then. Or could it be that we're actually closer than we think? Could it actually be pretty straightforward and simple to change the way we work? I actually think it is, because deep down inside, we all know what is important, what we like, what unites us, and what brings us success. And that is where meaningful work comes in. Over the last 3 years, I've been running workshops to help people on their personal missions towards meaningful work, to help them find out what matters to them, how they can break through their own limitations, and how a meaningful career can actually be built. And it confirmed my hypothesis. Achieving work happiness doesn't need to be that hard. By putting the why question first and by creating a safe human environment, I was able to help thousands of people on their way towards more meaning in their work lives. And since it was so great to help individuals with their personal paths, I think it's now time to crack it up a notch. It's time to implement meaningful work in organizations, because you can do it too. And the way we're going to do this is by taking a simple, humane, and applied approach. We're going to prototype work. In this next generation and proven change methodology, employees determine their own change goals and test and experience their design changes directly. So how would that work? First, we start off simply by a good conversation. How do you experience your work? What does meaningful work mean to you? Then we facilitate team sessions in which we identify the tensions that employees experience to find out what's keeping them from functioning their best way. Then we design prototypes, solutions to overcome the tensions. Think about desired agreements, additions to the current way of working, or simply stripping down existing processes. Starting the next day, teams directly practice with their selected prototypes and start experiencing change right away. And every 2 to 4 weeks, the teams gather to evaluate the prototypes, to evaluate the outcomes, make adjustments, and go through the process again to make new prototypes. In this way, a repetitive improvement cycle is created and a steady improvement of work happiness is taking place. We can then scale up and the best solution, we can then scale up the best solutions and transfer the process to the customer. And that actually brings me back to you. If you feel that working in your organization could become more fulfilling, and if you know organizations or people within that are looking for ways to improve their employees' work experience, if you know organizations with an open mindset who dare to do small experiments with a bottom-up change approach, then let me know. Obviously, I prepared some answer forms to harvest your input, for which I want to thank you in advance. And I want to close down by asking you to help us change the world. Help us to unleash meaningful work. Thank you.